Now, Teresa, you're a member of the new council.
am.
What's it like? What's the difference between...
Oh God, it's very different.
It's more than 1 week off, would I?
What am I doing now? No, it's very different. There's not the level of connectedness, in my opinion, that there was. I am one of 30 people, whereas before I was one of 9. Before I was covering the Westport urban area. Now the remit for all of us, like say, is from Bulderher Bridge down to Blackthod up to Kilawanya and back. It's a huge area. It's a challenge. It's very different. But like all things, you know, you grow accustomed to it. The teething phase is over now. Management is still the same. People are still the same. The needs are still the same, but they're just bigger.
And what was the biggest hurdle?
Pardon?
What was the biggest hurdle you had to get over when you got in there? Was it just a change, is it?
The biggest hurdle was the anonymity at a council meeting. You know, it's kind of everyone jumping to say their piece and that whole logistics of that, because people are the same. People have the same needs, whether it's in Newsburg or Westport or Kilmena or Athlone, people have the same needs and people have the same problems. It's very different, and you know, I think Phil Hogan was wrong. He was, but he wasn't wrong for some towns. It should have been gone long ago. Westport was a success story, and we need to just make sure Westport stays the jewel of the crown that it is.
And can you protect Westport's position now? Because Westport was a profitable council as such, and they made money, you know.
Well, you see, all funds now are centrally administered. The only ray of light is that the three of us Westport councillors are very determined to work together to make sure that Westport reaps the greatest rewards and gets the greatest benefits from the pot that's available. But then you see everyone else is looking, but we've got to look after Westport.
And is there a plan for Westport now? A town plan or some kind of a 5-year or 10-year plan?
We will have to do a development plan, so to speak, for Westport, but it'll be one of a development plan for every other area.
Yeah.
But we look after Westport. Like if Westport elected us, we look after Westport.
But there are bigger areas than Westport in there, 2 or 3 bigger ones.
I mean, there's like if you're sitting at the county council, you have towns like Claremorris who never had a town council. And they're nearly jealous of the success of Westport. So they're saying, well, Westport had everything, you know, their day has come. We've got to ensure that we keep Westport up there.
Well, did you ever tell you, I assume you pointed out that the rates in Westport paid for a lot of the stuff we had.
The rates in Westport did pay for an awful lot.
They did pay for a lot of people, yeah.
It's going to be a huge challenge. Financially, it's going to be a challenge. And every public body and every form of life is having a challenge financially. We're having a going to be a huge challenge. But I think with the three of us pulling together and working together, Westport will be good. Westport will be great.
There's a general election coming up in the next year or two. Are you getting ready for the battle?
The battle, there's always a battle. I'll be out canvassing for Michael Ring to get him elected for Westport. He's our TD and we have to look after him.
He'll run again, he will?
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's delivered for Westport.
And what do you think of the government performance so far? I know it's probably a bit biased, but anyway, tell me.
I think they're doing really well in the face of huge opposition. When you think of what Fine Gael inherited when they came into power, we're getting there. But as you know from your profession, sometimes the healing takes a long time. For a deep cut, the healing takes a long time, and in the healing there can be pain. But I think we're turning the corner, and I think we should try and be a bit more positive.
Think you getting the message across?
Just about now, I think we're getting it across. Yeah.
Because you had a few debacles.
There was a few debacles. But sure, as I said to somebody recently, every family has their troubles, but we've got to kind of just keep fighting and keep going onward and upward and be positive. Talk ourselves up and get on with it. You know, we're the best little country in the world.
Do most politicians not have the foresight to see what might happen by some of their actions, like the Irish water thing, like when these guys were set up and they're talking about bonuses and talking about this kind of stuff from the beginning?
It's my opinion. I think sometimes what happens, a great idea is talked about. And in the case of Irish water, the idea was that the standard of water in Ireland would be 100% for all people. You won't have boiled water for 3 years in one area, you'll have a flow of water. The initial idea was good. Sometimes between idea and implementation, there's a synapse that doesn't happen.
But that's where management comes in.
And I think maybe that's where we listen, we made a mistake there. The idea was good. I mean, I was reared in a pub. I've paid for water. Well, my family, we've paid for water all our lives. You know, we have to realise, yes, water is a God-given right, but to get the quality of water, who pays to have that water clear, purified, and gone into every house?
And the waiting lists in hospital are another hot potato for you. The waiting lists in hospital are another hot potato for the government.
The waiting lists in hospitals are a nightmare. And I suppose I can only speak personally. Any time I ever had to go or bring someone, they weren't waiting. It's an issue that needs to be dealt with in a more positive way, like the water. It needs to be tackled. And in my opinion, there needs to be a lot of culling, a lot of talking from top to management before the message is implemented. Because the frontline staff in hospitals are incredible. They are doing incredible work.